final tune-up before America East play begins. And for tonight's holiday midweek affair, the Highlanders are set to host St. Elizabeth University. And for the Eagles, it is only a 20-mile trip here to Newark. We wish everybody a good evening.
First, we have 40 minutes to get underway here tonight. The opening tip to the Highlanders in their white and reds today. And this first half going from your right to left. We thank you so much for tuning in here today from the Wellness and Events Center here in Newark, New Jersey. Quick passing by the Highlanders. Diakite was looking for a baseline move, but feeds it up top to Raheem Sullivan. The Marist transfer passes away, and it's underneath. Quick move in the post, and that righty hook for Diakite. He was working in warm-ups about 2 hours before the game on that particular shot, and it's a quick two.
Yeah, easy, deep positioning there by Diakite. That's too easy, over his right shoulder. Easy 2 points to start the game off for NJIT.
Suleiman's played more than 100 games in an NJIT uniform. Has a shot from three, no good. Diakite gets the rebound. The graduate student from Mali by the way of St. Benedict's Prep. Also Canterbury in Spain at the high school and prep level. Diakite pivots, looks for a pass up top. Sullivan right back underneath. Righty hook again, this time hard. Coleman with the lefty dribble. Kicks it out to Sullivan. Quick pass. Gray with the entry. Coleman will wait. Makes his move. Quick burst. Feed underneath, though, is stolen. St. Elizabeth trying to go in transition. And Ramos with the layup. First points for the Eagles.
That's one thing. If St. Elizabeth...
Daniels, no good. Quickly the other way. Makai Gray drives. Draws contact. No foul. Shot, no good. Tip back attempt, no good as well. Sullivan, hot feed underneath. And Gray with the dunk. Good feed by Raheem Sullivan. And
the season, so curious to see how he's featured in this offense.
Tonight, his fifth appearance this season for the Highlanders as a deep three is a bit short. Offensive rebound after the miss by Daniels. Ramos drives, looks for the lefty finish off the glass and in. And Jonathan Ramos, this the second of two consecutive Division I games before their Colonial States Athletic Conference opener. So they're going to get good tests here leading up to their conference play as Gray's looking for four and he'll have it. Lefty finish.
Yeah, great athleticism from
number 20 for St. Elizabeth, Cam Stewart from the great township of Ewing, New Jersey. He's on the court as well, and it's Osawe with his first two.
There he is, Osawe. He's been great off the bench, was pivotal, a turnover, and he was +9 off that bench. He's been a real weapon for Brian Kennedy.
Osawe, one of 4 graduate students who are in their first year with the Highlanders, but one of those other teammates, Raheem Sullivan, was his high school teammate at Central Technical. Meanwhile, it's Osawe with another jam, and the Highlanders. Quick ball movement by the Highlanders. Hess will give way, and Makai Gray quickly gives it back. It's all about the shot, step up, in rhythm, and kisses it off the glass. The bank's open in night hours. Perfect rebound will go to St. Elizabeth. That was Stewart with his first rebound. Inside-outside passing, and now dribble along the baseline, kicked out. Drive underneath, and we'll see if it's a foul in the shooting process for Cameron Martell. In his young career.
It's interesting too, Adam. You look at this.
We do see 4 substitution, including 3 for the Highlanders. A team that has nobody from New Jersey this year, as Justin Anderson, the Bloomsburg transfer, with the rebound after the second shot, no good. He quickly goes to the bucket and is fouled. Justin Anderson, a graduate student from Philadelphia, had 965 career points.
Still confidence into. He's only had 14 minutes played in the last 5 games, but he has made
free throw attempt for Anderson. He misses it, rattles out, knocked out of bounds off of Osawe. Has its own challenges.
Yeah, Hess is a Division II guy, but Anderson, you know, Brian Kennedy said he moves extremely well without the basketball, is an excellent cutter, and you're hoping to utilize that if you're NJIT tonight.
Shot from 3 is good. Cameron Martell gets the first. Round the horn, Hess with the entry. A little pump and move by Kel de Graaf, the product of the Netherlands. Count it, and 1 for the graduate student. 2/3 of his free throw attempts so far this season, 12 of 18. By the way of Rotterdam and Netherlands, and he makes the free throw. Rebound and transition for the Highlanders. Hess did not have room to shoot. Here's a drive for Paul McMillan, the 4th. And he'll draw the foul. The highest ever NJIT recruit, the freshman, Paul McMillan. Underneath DeGraff. He'll try to guard up Stewart, who will commit the foul. And there you just see Kel DeGraff, just a little too much physicality for Kansas.
To see him kind of establish the interior, like I said before, he's a pick and pop guy. Over 60% of his shots typically come from behind.
Back off. And DeGraff unable to make the second. Rebound against Megger Evers, 14 points, 11 boards. Has the steal here. It's a 2-on-1. There's a drive by Lomax and the layup. And credit to St. Elizabeth. They've had now on a handful of opportunities transition buckets.
Yeah, you have to punish NJIT off those live ball turnovers, and Paul McMillan just getting lazy on the entry pass.
And now an offensive foul called against the freshman McMillan. And they're doing the tough work to draw the turnover.
Yeah, you talked about the recruiting pedigree for McMillan, you know, scored over 2,600 points in high school, but hasn't really gone.
The last time it was Damon Lynn back in the 2013-2014 season, as Lomax just tried to have a circus shot go in upon the foul, but he'll head to the line for two.
Whatever works, whatever gets you to the line, but I like the aggression out of St. Elizabeth. They're trying to penetrate, they're trying to get as many paint touches as they can, because if you're going east to west against this NJIT team, you're going to have trouble establishing open looks, and right now the aggression's paying off.
First free throw attempt, no good for Lomax. You'll take that if you're the Eagles.
Hasn't even attempted a field goal yet, so credit the Highlanders for kind of denying ball.
Down to limiting those possessions being wasted as Makai Gray with the jam. Not going to waste this possession.
Second dunk of the night for the Highlanders. He leads the team, you know, with 20 steals, also has 8 blocks, so he's very versatile on both ends of the floor.
Able to exploit the Eagles' defense before they got set. Meanwhile, post move and a finish, D'Angelo Blackmon. That is now with St. Elizabeth with his first bucket.
Yeah, nice post move.
Gray again with the jam, and so far his quickness too much.
Too much. Quick first step, and you know, once you get to that second level, there's been no help from St. Elizabeth.
Gray now up to a quick 8, and that explosiveness, the ability to get to the rim, something he will hope to continue to be a theme moving into conference play. Meanwhile, Blackmon tries to finish. It's no good. Good defense by DeGraff, and the rebound. Asawe thought about to step up around the free throw line. Little give and go, spin move, but it was a trip. The leading scorer so far in this game, looking for double figures. Shot though no good, and we're gonna have a foul on the floor on a push committed by NJIT, which is just the Highlanders' third team foul. We have 8 minutes left to go in this first half. We'll pause for a break. The Highlanders are leading 20-12 here in Newark. NJIT leading by 8. Osawe with the underhand feed to Sullivan, who will set up the play. Sullivan had 2 years at the county college level before 2 with the Marist Red Foxes, as Osawe's drive will lead to a foul.
A bit of a bail. Brian Kennedy's trying to send a message, or just trying to go to the hot hand, whether you're talking about Gray or Osawe.
Osawe missed the from Cameron Martell. Sullivan quickly into the offensive half. Around the horn it goes. Anderson with the entry to Diakite. Hot feed to Gray. Gray sends it back in. Diakite, lefty hook, a little bit too heavy. Offensive rebound and the foul. Osawe will head to the line for 2.
There's Osawe again.
It is a game-high 5 rebounds so far, doing so in New Jersey, who spent previously time at SUNY Cobleskill. Second free throw attempt, no good by Osawe. Daniels with the feed to Blackmon. Blackmon, soft righty touch, no good. Makai Gray gets the rebound. Pushes the pace. Surveying, looking to jam, instead feeds it away. Osawe gets it, pivots, turns, and finishes.
It's a two-man show right now. Gray and Osawe just taking control.
Athleticism driving to the rim that has earned them a double-digit lead. It's currently 11. Anderson was tight there defensively along the corner. Blackmon spins and finishes. Great righty finish.
Oh, that was pretty. Putbacks, he could finish in transition. He's a rim runner. He is, as I mentioned in the open, a quintessential Division III big man.
And he's somebody, as the shot good by Osawe, you feel like his understanding of timing points in the paint advantage for NJIT, but only one three-point attempt so far for the Highlanders, who will now see on the court for the first time the Israeli sophomore Eyal Nankin. Quick turnover and two, though, for Justin Anderson, and the Highlanders up by a baker's dozen.
The wingspan wreaking havoc there, getting the steal and then the pretty finish, a left-handed finish over the defender.
Justin Anderson was an all-Catholic second-teamer twice at Archbishop Carroll before going to the Bloomsburg Huskies, and now with the Highlanders as that tough shot went in. Anderson carries the shot.
That's good defense. You just tip your hat to St. Elizabeth there. There's nothing you could do. You want to limit them to mid-range twos, long twos, and he makes that shot typically probably 15% of the time. It just went down that time.
There was a foul on the floor, which will at the front end of a 1-and-1. Makes it.
It's half. Diakite now still with 3 points, and Blackmon only 4 points on 5 shots.
So 1 out of 2 for Diakite, who's playing in his 103rd game as an NJIT Highlander. Foul on the floor by NJIT. That was their last one to give. Who's a bit short on that attempt by Kevin Cadet. NJIT quickly the other way. Sullivan, catch and shoot opportunity. Justin Anderson nails it.
There's what you like to see if you're Kennedy, without a doubt. Anderson's looked good here in the first half. You definitely want him to be a part of the America East action starting on Saturday.
Justin Anderson made nearly a third of his three-point attempts with Bloomsburg over his 2 years playing with the Huskies. There, D'Angelo Blackmon with the bucket, and he is starting to warm up now with a team-high 6 points.
That was a pretty post-up, you know, at the foul line. Nothing you could do there if you're Diakite. Just you tip your hat to Blackmon.
Open chance for Makai Gray for three, and he nails it. NJIT had just one three-point attempt.
Kennedy in the half, you know, the timeout there at the TV timeout, but Gray only 29% from three, but you love to see that.
Blackmon drawing contact as he was gathering. Shot was no good, but he'll head to the line for two.
Where he leads the team in putbacks. He's very efficient in the post-up game. Also can...
Of his games this season was the team's lead. 2 more points off turnovers per game relative to their opponents. Feed underneath. Ramos, though, misses the layup. Had a bunny.
That's tough. You need to take advantage of all your opportunities.
Back the other way. It's Anderson with another three. They keep pushing ahead heading into the final minute of the first half.
Anderson giving the Highlanders some great minutes here in the opening half.
Step back two, and that one buried. Good shot by Jordan Lomax on the self-creation.
Yeah, when you're 5'9", you got to be crafty. The little step back there, you got to find ways to get your separation, get your shot off, and there was one.
Foul called on the floor by Nate Thompson. It looked like on that rip move by Anderson. That's what indeed got to talk to Adam Hess before today's game, and some of the by Anderson, good. Second one, no good. And the rebound by St. Elizabeth, trailing by 17.
With Hess, it's a new era in the transfer portal. 5 teams in 5 years. That's unfortunately becoming the norm these days.
And one thing I would think for a guy level, he's kind of seen a little bit of everything. And that was brought up in the interview you'll see at halftime as Nankin tried to drive by Ramos. That was, though, knocked out of bounds off the Eagles.
And so far, there's some different rotations, see what works, what doesn't. We haven't seen much out of Miles Coleman, but we've seen a lot of some other guys.
Hess tried for three, but the shot no good. And Nankin bowling over Ramos there. Thought he was going to have an intercepted pass, but didn't see. Bend of the knee in the first free throw attempt is good.
But also be second in rebounds. He has 52 rebounds on the year. So, as you mentioned, Adam, just the versatility really stands out with him. He's a quick guard. He's crafty. He's certainly kind of a string bean, but he finds ways to get the spots on the floor and create some offense for St. Elizabeth.
And he did hit both free throws. Shot clock off for the Highlanders. Mason, he had a big scooping dribble, which is not allowed. There'll be a turnover.
You got a little excited there. And someone who is not a string bean is Keyshawn Mason. He's a wide body. Trying to get him going. He's gotten some early minutes, but been fairly quiet.
There'll be a chance here for St. Elizabeth to try to beat the buzzer. The drive by Mason. Blackmon, though, denied by the rim. Goes back to Ramos, who shoots the three. That's no good. Tipped around, and that'll do it for the first half of action. NJIT leading by a 38-20 dribble. The former Little Rock Trojan gives it away. Around the horn it goes. Sullivan now has it. Underhand feed to Hess. Hess will dribble, and he'll finish with the layup.
At 6'4", he has that ability to get turn the corner. St. Elizabeth is obviously cognizant of his three-point shooting ability, trying to close out there, but he could blow by you too.
Blackmon trying to back up. Diakite somehow makes the shot. A little wrap around and finish.
You don't really teach that anywhere, but I mean, that's just a crafty move. That is a veteran move, and Diakite, victim of the up and under.
14-point game here. Pass a little bit too hot for Gray to handle. It's spilled to the floor, and will we have a jump ball here? I believe that back, but another turnover. Gray giving it away. Back the other way. Blackmon in traffic, trying to force his way, kicks it out. And the three-pointer is short. And no good from Lawrence Reed. One back by Ramos, and it'll be a foul.
Ramos just kind of sneaking underneath Adam Hess there, taking him by surprise, getting the steal in the backcourt, and nice shot. It's like it's a wet basketball for NJIT right now. They just cannot handle it. They're having trouble delivering the ball at the at the hip area. They're just not a mess right now because St. Elizabeth is still in this game.
Bend to the knee. First free throw attempt was good. Same with the second. Jonathan from the charity stripe, and it's within a dozen for St. Elizabeth. Sullivan serves it up for his first two. That's his first shot attempt, excuse me.
Yeah, when Sullivan is going north to south like that instead of...
Offensive rebound by Osawe, but that's the type of look you love if you're Adam Hess. Gray's layup no good, gets it back. Second effort from Osawe is in. And that's some second chance points for the Highlanders to go up by 16.
Yeah, the athleticism, just getting after it, getting the second chance opportunity on the offensive glass, and Osawe just paying dividends with his hoppiness.
The Highlanders now with a 31-16 rebounding advantage. And Osawe in a double figures as the pass knocked out of bounds off of NJIT.
Good awareness there by Sullivan. Blackmon was open for a split second, but he had the wherewithal to kind of get in front of the big man and get the deflection.
Daniels gets the inbound. Up top it goes. Reed thought about the move, but gives it back. Daniels driving, was fouled on the floor. Reach-in will be called against Makai Gray. Keeps the dribble, gives it to Osawe. Pumped for the three, gave it away to Makai Gray. Shot clock to 13. Osawe gets the defender to leave his feet and rolls it in on the layup.
I'm not even sure if Osawe even pump fake, but in the popcorn machine there, and they're just anticipating the athleticism and an easy blow-by and finish for Osawe.
Ramos tried to feed underneath the Blackmon, found the ball and still got the finish. Still looking for his first 0 of 4 start after going 7 of 8 against the Bulls his last time out.
He's had a couple good looks in the corner here, but they have not gone down.
Blackmon, though, will drain a three, and that's the first of the half, second of the game for the Eagles.
The rainbow
can have. To the corner, Gray, open three, a little bit too heavy. Osawe can't get the putback on the first try, taps it in on the second.
There's just no answer.
And for St. Elizabeth, 26.4% from three, and it's something they want improved going into CSAC play as Adam Hess gets the bucket and one.
That's the third time now he's been able to attack off the dribble, attack the closeout.
What Adam Hess can do from the interior, but there he misses the free throw. Rare to see. St. Elizabeth going the other way. And that a deep two this time goes in. Well, it was a missed three.
Rest, 8 points, 4 of 6 from the field, 2 blocks, showing his size there.
Deep three off the mark. Stewart, by the way, played his high school ball not too far away from Ewing at Trenton Catholic. Put back on the shot, no good, is converted by Kel DeGraff.
Just a relentless tack on the offensive glass for NJIT. Once again, another second chance point.
Osawe tripping up Ramos on the reach in. 17-point lead for the Highlanders.
Hess has been opportunistic in attacking off the dribble and finding opportunities otherwise.
Osawe around the rim and in.
That touched every point of the rim, I believe, Adam.
That one kind of spiraled in as if you're flushing it, but it goes through. 19-point NJIT lead. Lefty attempt, no good, goes right back, but the putback no good either for Lawrence Reed. Sullivan pushing the pace. DeGraff open for three, no good. Entry to Cam Stewart. Stewart backing up the defender, finishing after the spin.
Big time cheer from the visiting bench crowd there. That was a nice move by Cam Stewart.
6'10", but showing dexterity and the ability to move with the dribble. Osawe back to DeGraff. Finds Sullivan. Sullivan hoping for a screen, but Reed rotates up top defensively. Osawe thought about the three. Instead, feed underneath to DeGraff, who will just let it go and can't quite call it a dunk, but it's two regardless.
Credit when you get sped up, especially with Division I competition, the ball travels a little faster, the feet move a little quicker, the hands don't necessarily go up to catch the pass as quick, and you get the turnover.
Kel DeGraff, another finish. Just releasing those fingertips as the ball gets to the rim. And DeGraff, he now has double figures with 10-4, 4 from the floor. Meanwhile, a putback and one for Cam Stewart.
Through contact.
Unable to make the free throw rebound. Cam Stewart, 4 points, 3 rebounds. Sullivan with the feed, and Anderson had the baseline cut and finish.
Doesn't get frazzled a lot. You know, he's in the moment. The lights don't get too bright for him.
Tough shot. That was.
It's a guy now. You want to try to instill some confidence in him, get him going before Saturday. And
throw attempt. Second one no good as well. Charge, a block goes right to Stewart. Drive, a hop step, and a finish, plus the foul. Cameron Martell with an impressive sequence. But how about that block going right to number 20, and Cam Stewart finding Martell.
A fortuitous bounce there. You know, if you're NJIT, you get the block, but then right to Stewart. And then
Martell will complete the three-point play. It's a 60-42 score. With
UMass Lowell kind of breaking into the party. I think it's 3 teams now who have the best chance to get that automatic bid.
There we see Paul McMillan with his first bucket of the season, and I'd agree with you. You never know one season to the next where things go, but if you're the Riverhawks, you can't be too high on that non-conference standings, because if you start to struggle in January or February, all of a sudden things might start to drag and go against you. So it's a long season. You never know how it may go, as Cameron Martell can't get the finish. Anderson surveying, hop step by one, then draws the foul.
In America East play, any road, you know, New Hampshire can be feisty, Binghamton can be feisty. And so with UMass Lowell, they're at Maine, then they're hosting Binghamton and Albany, so it sets the Highlanders up, quite frankly, to get off to a good start before that have been decided by 2 possessions or less. So they've been in a lot of these games. Don't let that record deceive you.
Yeah, usually you want that to be at the least around 500, as a good feed by DeGraff to find Osawe. Oseen, he also has 16 rebounds, and we don't want to overlook that. It's his 3rd double-double of the season, but he could get 20 and 20 if things go well. Meanwhile, Cam Stewart He's starting to warm up. He has 6 and 5.
Stewart's
Suleiman Diakite with the finish. Soft touch with the right hook.
only his second field goal of the game there, showing to NJIT's hopes. It's interesting because he hasn't had huge numbers this year, but their offense kind of falls off a cliff when he's not on the floor. They are plus 17 per 100 possessions when Diakite is playing for them.
Great finish by Ramos. And Jonathan Ramos play on. Somehow that stayed inbounds on the touch by Osawe. Blackmon stumbling a bit, but I believe that's going to be called a foul against Adam Hess.
Not very often you see Diakite blow a dunk like that, but
for D'Angelo Blackmon, who hits the first. 7 of 12 doubles, had 49 points, 42 rebounds on 63.9% shooting. No good on the second. Got the ball back, but couldn't finish. Anderson with the rebound. Looked for the dribble, gives it away to McMillan. Guarded by Lomax, who has shown absolutely no fear defensively throughout the second half. He's trying to go up against Diakite. I mean, number 21, that is impressive.
He's just battling. You love to see that if you're James Allen.
He's a guy you want on your side when it gets down and dirty. Another three-point attempt, no good by McMillan. Osawe tips it to himself. Hess will try the three, and he'll make his first of the evening.
It was only a matter of time. The American...
No good. By Kevin Cadet, back the other way. Diakite, ball ripped away by Blackmon. Diakite gets it back. Osawe with the finish. McMillan will drive. Baseline feed, and Justin Anderson draws the foul, leading into Saturday's game against UMass Lowell. As the first free throw attempt good from Justin Anderson, who is a 5th in double figures tonight. Second free throw attempt no good. It goes back to Hess. Over to McMillan. McMillan will drive, look for the right-handed finish, and he'll get it. The Highlanders now up 74-47. In this type of game, you're trying to focus more on quality of offensive possessions. If you're the Highlanders, the good sign, shooting 54.2%, including 60% in the first half. Obviously, though, the 19 turnovers is something the Highlanders want to shake off.
54% from the field. Also, too, you know, little discouraging, 35% from the free throw line. Not getting those free opportunities.
Hess with the finish. Yeah, you mentioned it. 6 of 17 from the charity stripe, and that's no matter who you're playing, something you don't want to have happen. Hess, though, in double figures. Here's the steal. McMillan, he'll kick it out to the corner. It's blocked, though. Goes back to Justin Anderson, who will try to drive, lose the handle, and it's won back by St. Elizabeth. Daniels with the skip pass. Well, hesitation and drive by Ramos, pivots, kicks it back out. Saheed Daniels for three, falls a bit short. Diakite with the rebound.
Good defense there, keeping everyone in front.
Layup by McMillan, no good. Missed the bunny there, going back the other way now. Blackmon has 20. Can't make it 22. Shot no good. McMillan with the rebound. And you're starting to sense now here down to the final 85 seconds. This is going to be a free-form finish.
Yep, just don't get anyone hurt. Just get to the finish line here, and Saturday will come soon enough.
For the Highlanders, they begin conference play against UMass Lowell. Then January 8th, a Sunday afternoon game at Maine. And January 11th, home against Binghamton, the first three in the conference schedule for the Highlanders. Here comes a three-point attempt, and Nankin gets it in. Eyal Nankin, the sophomore from Israel, who played U18 ball for the Israeli national team at the Euro 18s, gets the three-pointer.
The bench loved that from the walk-on, just pure from the corner.
A little Hebrew hammer action for Eyal Nankin. Islanders now up by 30. McMillan driving, spinning, kicking out. There are two waiting to check in. I'm not sure if they're going to get it with 30 seconds left to go as Diakite losing the handle. Ramos will get the rebound. Shot clock off. Long pass here. Martel. Nankin wisely not going to commit a foul there. It's an easy 2. And this could be it. NJIT in control throughout, but trying to have one final tune-up against St. Elizabeth before their conference opener Saturday against UMass Lowell. It was a successful game with still some things to work on, but as the final horn sounds,